a member question, guys. Vern, in particular. Look, few new faces out there tonight. The likes of Corey Evans, Lucas Cashmore got a debut.
Yep.
What was your assessment of how those newer boys went?
Oh, just during the week, I think they contributed. So that to you, sorry, Nods. Yeah. They contributed during the week, which was really important in getting the team ready to play. And they knew that they would have a role at some stage or another, and I thought they did a pretty good job. And it's a start. Corey came in for a second start and his preferred position at second five. Lucas came on at first five, and look, he got the ball, and that's a good start for him. I think Harry, who took the place of Stevie Perifetta, did a great job tonight. And I think Doltz led well and led all through the week, short week, and it's good to have that leadership quality around the team to help those young guys as well.
Thanks, mate. Vern, did that feel like a bit of a statement performance from your group tonight?
Look, I don't know. I don't think we should get too carried away. They're a good team, the Force, and we sort of had an idea that they'd go to that kick battle at the start and try and get us to be overconfident. And so I thought the guys showed good humility around that and just went back to the basics and went to the scrum, went to a line-out drive, stayed patient and just did simple things, not trying to open the game up early, which would have... I mean, that's how they beat the Reds. So I think the guys prepared that well and stayed in. And little by little, we found gaps and found opportunities. And I thought that was, well controlled by the team.
Was it pleasing that, after a dominant first half, that the boys, put the foot on the throat even more in the second and just kept that intensity going, as opposed to, perhaps tired bodies falling away sort of late in the game?
Yeah, I think probably one of the things that I'm most pleased about is we gave them entries in our 22, which we don't like doing, but we didn't give them tries. And I saw some real character on, close to our line, that we were determined not to let them get over and get the 5 points. So I think the boys dug deep there. And that's just creating habits and good habits around that sort of defence. And then when you have habits and you get pride, and I think that's starting to grow within the team, and I think that's important going forward.
Dalton, to go into a bye week on the back of a performance and a win like that, could you just give us an idea of the feeling inside the group to know you put that game away in the way that you did?
Yeah, we wanted to play like that, and always going into a bye week, again, sit in the back of the boys' minds a little bit throughout the week, but I think we nailed it. We made sure we held the boys accountable, and it shows out there that a short week, but we didn't care. We had a job to do, and the boys trained well, and it showed that we held each other accountable, and we put a performance like that out there. A few things still to work on, but we can be proud of that. But going into the bye week, I think it's good that the boys have an opportunity to freshen up and get away from the game a little bit.
Dolts, how pleased that you're able to squeeze them at the set piece foundation of all good performances, set piece obviously.
Yeah, we knew that they're a team that their strength is their set piece. So we put a massive onus on our forwards, especially our props and hooker, that we wanted to attack them at scrum. And I think it's hats off to those boys, the scrum leaders. Really putting their foot down during the week and saying, hey, this is how we want to play. This is the game plan here, and we wanted to force that, and we stuck to it. And I think we got massive gains out of that scrum, and even especially line-out. We know the Force that's a strength of theirs, and I think we did well in that area as well. So it's just hats off to those boys throughout the week, nailing their roles, speaking when they need to, and actually holding everyone accountable in that area.
Then, obviously, the team's rumbling with ball in hand a bit, 15 tries in the last 2 weeks, and I think you ran for 550 metres tonight. But was arguably the most pleasing thing, you missed 6 out of 112 tackles. I mean, it was a 95% tackle success rate. Pretty impressive from your defence, right?
Yeah, it's something we've been working on. We spend time on it, and generally if you work on something, you'll get better at it. So it doesn't happen, just by imagining it's going to happen. So the boys are putting in the work, and that's a good thing. So you get reward for the effort. And the games have been... our next game after this week is against the Brumbies, and we need to be able to control games. You can't control games without having good defence, good set piece, and good carry and clean. So those are sort of our big rocks we're working on.
Just on that, you've conceded 2 tries in the last 4 games since that Hurricanes game. Was there something you've changed since then to tighten that defence up?
Yeah, we got exposed against Hurricanes. We took that on the chin. We owned that. They got us around rucks, and they got us around, close in which then gave them opportunities out wide. So that hurt us. We didn't like it, and we've worked on it. So, and that's key to this group is identifying things that we can work on. We don't like getting a bit of a toweling, so we just keep generating that spirit and attitude around the game.
Vern, you mentioned the way that they've beaten the Reds. Did you sort of pass that message on to the guys not to play their game and bring them back into it by running the ball wide?
Yeah, that was their trap.
Specific message.
It was a trap, yeah. We knew that that's what they were setting for us. I mean, and we lost sort of our long kicking game with Zahn and Stephen out, so we knew we probably wouldn't get the same length. So if we weren't getting the same length, we'd have to defend, and it took us a while to get the counter-attack opportunities, but we got them and scored a couple of tries from it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they started overplaying as well, and we got an intercept try off them, so I turned it around, which is good.
Vern, what are the bye week plans for yourself?
For myself, it's not interesting what it is. That's not important what it. Yeah, I might have
Party at his house, his mansion.
drag racing tomorrow. No, just really everyone needs to take a couple of days off, and as Dalton said, we just need to get out of it for a while. It's been 10 weeks, 10 games, so it's nice to be able to have a break with the victory. That's important, and then turn our heads quickly to the next part of the season, which is the business end.
In terms of what you've achieved coming in as coach at the halfway stage, how would you?
There's so much more to be done, and that's for everybody. I'm not the only one. It's about the group going forward and having objectives to do well at the season. So I think everybody. I think we can feel that. The team will go as far as it can.
Dolce, you've obviously got a wise old coach there and it's keeping you feet on the ground. But how pleasing is this depth you're developing in this squad? Because you've been around a while. I'm not saying you're old, but you've been around a while. Depth is so important, right, at the business end of this competition. Having two players in every position, and if you get an injury, you don't miss a beat. How important is depth, do you think?
It's massive. Injuries is a part of the game, which is a tough thing. But at the end of the day, it's part of it, and whoever gets injured, it's the next man up. But what I always bank on is that, some of the young boys or inexperienced boys coming in and coming through, it's when they get their debuts, I tell them, it's next man up. This is your time to stamp your mark, and you're here for a reason. You're here as a Super Rugby player because you've got the goods. It's just you now going out there and nailing your role. And once you nail your role and get that confidence, then your true talents are going to really show. So it's awesome to see the true depth in this team. I've played in some teams where they rock out the same team for the next couple of weeks, and it's tough. But this year it's been awesome to see. When we have injuries or we're having changes at positions, boys are putting their best foot forward, and we're getting consistency around that. So it's awesome to see.
The body feeling it, Doles? Do you feel like you need a break?
I feel like I'm getting old, but
I
know I just came off rest week, so feeling good. Body's in a place. Yeah.
Last one.
Vern, do you get most of those bodies back, apart from Zahn?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure. I think we'll get Sam Darry back. I think for Brumbies, he wasn't far away from this game, and we didn't want to push it. And I think Zahn will be only a couple of weeks further away than that, and Stevie, it's been 2 to 4 weeks. So we're just waiting to see how things settle. But hopefully in 3 weeks we'll have everybody back.